So this is my personal UUK vampire. It is the Blood Moon edition. What I love about this is, obviously, as y'all know, I have quite a history in Japanese martial arts and Japanese culture. So due to that, the feature of this, especially the red accent, that's almost just blending in perfectly with this. You see you see the gold and red, and for me that's home. So it's very close to my heart. And thank you again, Laci. And not to mention the hamon on this thing is just amazing. So I don't take this out very often. It's right in my office and it's literally within my reach. Aside from my Glock, which is pretty much carried 24/7, this thing is almost pretty much there. And when I need it, this is what I would be grabbing. Normally when I'm sparring with someone and I'm teaching, this is how I'll be teaching how to do an FFX thrust. But generally when I'm using my trainer, if I did that, what happens is it overextends. You see that? Where it doesn't have a tip alignment for thrusting. This is the reason why it's important that you train efficiently and effectively in sparring. It just goes to show when you're using a target. And I'm hitting point all the time when I'm using this. So, very important reason why you need to train the way you fight and have exactly the same trainer that matches your live blade that you will most likely use. So, conclusion. Another reason why I'm making this video is I got some time. I got a testing next week, so I'll let you guys know how that goes for one of the police departments that I'm actually applying for. Actually, it's the only police department I'm applying for, so I'll let you guys know how that goes, since that will affect how the training schedule, but I will still offer training. That's not going to change even after I'm a cop. So if I'm a cop. If not, there's nothing to matawenga. So back home to Aotearoa, and I'm totally kosher with that, but I would have to part with this baby, and this will go back to my niece, and she'll take good care of her. So I know that for sure. Thanks again, Amber. Sweetie, this is just Uncle G saying this, but I really think you shouldn't go into the whole journalism thing. But as your grandpa and we all talked about this, it's totally up to you. So do what you want to do, and we will support you fully, okay? Although you know my thoughts on the whole journalism, but it's totally up to you, love. There you go. So this is my personal UK vampire, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you're wondering, gee, how come you're not cutting like down like bricks and destroying tree limbs with this? Because this is my personal UK vampire, and this is something that I literally don't use unless I'm going to be planning on using, if I have to use it. Or B, it's right on next to me, so I get to train with it on a regular basis for live blade drill. But I do not abuse it, since this is one of a kind that was made just for me. So this is specifically for me. So if you do purchase one from Laci, each UK Vampire Blood Moon edition will be different, but that's just what makes it unique, is to you. And this is specifically for me, and I absolutely love it. Thanks again, brother. And one of the things I want to talk to you guys about before I end the video is quickening. Now this is a term coined by Uncle Jim. At least I first heard it from Uncle Jim, and I'm going to explain to you guys what that is. Yeah, quickening as in Highlanders, off with the head, and you know, blah. But there's that too. But the whole quickening, as Uncle Jim explained to me, is a series of events that just comes together at one point, like it was meant to be, like a synchronicity. And that actually occurred just 2 days ago. So by happen chance, I managed to, y'all know that I do blade appraisals and also blade assessment. So I got a call from one of the local shops saying, hey G, we got a blade that I think it's one of your friends. I said, okay, whose? It says Laci Szabo Design. I said, hold that shit right there. Don't show it to anyone. I'll be there in, like, in just a minute. So I drove off, and it was right after me and Tim trained, so I actually literally just jetted down. And as soon as I got to the store, I said, like, dude, let me see it. And Greg shows me that shit, and I'm gonna say, hey, Greg, thanks again, bro. And it was Laci's blade, and I was like, holy shit. So long story short, some lady came in saying this was her husband's, and you know, he passed, so she really didn't want a blade in the house, and she just needed some money for the gas. So that's how that shit went, and I won't go further into that details, but anyhow, I acquired it. So afterwards, I got home and I posted a picture of it, like I do on my Facebook, and Laci saw it and he actually called me up, and it's just like, bro, where did you get that? And I was like, the usual means. Why? What's up, brother? And he was like, holy shit, gee, that's mine. And Laci doesn't remember whether it was, can't really tell whether it was stolen or it was lost to him 25 years ago. So that was his personal blade. So it meant a lot to my brother, and I said, bro, I'm shipping this thing right away. It's yours. And I shipped it out to him yesterday. Laci, once it's in your hand, you take a picture of you holding that thing, and I want to see that on your website, you know, on our Facebook. So Laci's been amazing. Basically, in Japanese would be Anideshi, older martial arts brother for me, ever since I joined Comtech, and that's since over 2 decades ago, over 20 years ago, and he's been just an amazing brother, helping me, every member of the house along the way. Anytime when we needed a blade or when we just had some questions, he was always happy to help. So thank you again, brother, for everything. You know, he's just a great brother, and if it wasn't for Laci, many of our programs would not have been possible too, actually. If you guys remember, from 2009 to pretty much up to 2000 and around 10, 11-ish around there. So when I was training my students, when I first got a lot of gigs into training our elite combat operators from special operations. So when they would come and train, and one of the things that I would give them along with their course completion certification is that I'd actually give them a blade of Laci's. And you ask Laci, there's not many Szabo blade that I haven't owned. So what happened to all of them was actually they pretty much were taken as a gift by these gentlemen who would come into their training for their training completion. That's how you know if it was one of my boys or not. And lads, if you guys are watching this, hopefully it's keeping you guys all safe and coming for training, because I have to be honest, IFS, Instinctual Fighting System, was the best at that time for what I had to offer. But I have something even better now for Floro fighting system when it comes to blades. So come and see me for that, and you'll be shocked, as many of your brothers already have found out and experienced firsthand. So all those Szabo blades were gifted, and every single one of them, even when I would have some other custom blades next to it, they'd always grab Laci's. Dude, I want that. And even my kid brother George, for one of his parting gift when he was moving down to California, I gave him a Szabo blade, and he actually has several, I think. But I gave him, for that one, I gave him Laci's Narc that I just got from him, and that was, till this day, I think George has that. George has gone about his favorite blade. He would actually pair that up with his Keating and used to scare the living out of me when he would do that. I suppose the guy with that, but he is skilled, so that's his personal blade of preference. But there's not a single house member that does not own or have a Szabo blade in their possession, and that just goes to show our lineage and our link of friendship to our wonderful brother Laci Szabo. Thanks again, bro. That's it. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much and kind of helped to explain some of the questions from the local students who were wondering why while on the video you see this, and if you look at my earlier sparring, it is the non-telegraphic thrust using FFS grip. But why did that change recently when I was sparring in reverse grip to this? is because of that. It's the edge tip alignment. So I get that perfect thrust with this. Well, if I was using FFS, you see how it would tip over. So that's the reason why. And hopefully that answered all the questions that you guys had on that particular subject. Thank you for watching this, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I am now gonna clean up the garage because Laci made a mess when they came to train this morning, so good times. Thank you. God bless y'all.